Hello. I had a request to talk about some different type of fabrics, and so I have a few to talk to you with you about today. So when you're quilting, there is all sorts of a variety of fabrics that you can use. Some very popular ones are cotton, flannel, chenille, minky, and those are just a few of the many that different quilters use. And those are the four that I've worked with myself. So first and foremost, I'm gonna name all of them. So here is cotton. Here's some cotton fabric. You can see it's a little smoother and it's a little shiny. That's cotton. Next up is some flannel. This is a little duller and fuzzier. And then we have this is chenille here. And then minky, which I do not have right on me this second, but minky is a super soft polyester fabric, often used in baby blankets or on the back of quilts to make it really fuzzy and soft and cozy. So working backwards, minky is very slippery. So that's one of the downfalls of working with it. So you have to be really careful, but it is very slippery, but it is soft and cozy. Kids, everyone loves it because it's so comfy. But that's one thing to just keep in mind when working with minky on the back or wherever in your project is, it is pretty slippery. Then we have chenille that I talked about. And chenille is made from a variety of wool, polyester, cotton, all sorts of different types of thread put together to make this really cool design and fabric. So this entire quilt I made here is with flannel and the chenille pieces. So one thing to keep in mind, especially with flannel, is before you use it, you need to wash it. Before you quilt with it, you need to wash it because it will shrink. And you don't want to have a project made up that ends up shrinking and being distorted. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing with flannel and cotton in particular that you will notice when you're out shopping is flannel is going to be less expensive than cotton. And the reason for that is because there is less fibers of thread, less fibers in flannel than there are in cotton. Now you can't tell it so much in this. This quilt has held up really well. This flannel and chenille quilt was really high quality flannel. But you'll notice on sometimes with flannel is it fades over time. And that's just because there's less fibers in the fabric. So something to just keep in mind, you know, if you want the longevity of a quilt, cotton is really good, and just buy really high quality flannel. So I do love working with flannel, specifically for like baby blankets. Look at how cute that is. It's just so cozy and fuzzy and warm. It's very warm. And one of my favorite things to do with flannel actually is to put it on the back of quilts. I love the cotton on the front, but I really love flannel because it's just cozy and comfy. Personal preference. I just like to make it that way. But the majority of quilts that I make and are made with cotton fabric because it has more fibers in the fabric and because then it lasts longer. It doesn't stretch. You don't have to worry about washing it before you quilt. It's not going to shrink. All those things are really nice. But every single kind of fabric out there has pros and cons. So today I talked about cotton, flannel, the minky, which is polyester, the chenille, which is the variety of wool, cotton, polyester, and yeah. So I really, really, really appreciate you tuning in. If you have anything else you have questions about, put a comment down below or message me if there's something specific you want me to talk about. Happy sewing!